Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Appreciate you coming out. Hopefully you're doing well, having a nice day. So I'm working on another machine out of the group of 5 mowers for 60. I got this group from the scrapper that delivers. One of his scrapper buddies had to downsize due to code enforcement giving him an ultimatum: clean up or we're going to ship you to Topeka, Kansas for life. So this Troy-Bilt we had looked at, I marked this $10. The front wheels were worn out. We had seen that, but otherwise complete. I think, yeah, we did check this one. We put some nitro in the carb and it fired off. The other one I worked on recently was this Poulan Pro. The engine that was on it was shot, so I had another long shaft mower to put on it, so I switched over the plastics. It's hard to start. Compression is not the best. I'm going to blow it out cheap. Somebody that wants a cheap mower. So I still have to go through the rest of these. They all have Honda GCV 160s. These two Huskies missing the carbs. This one here was complete on the Troy-Bilt. So this one here running the engine number, the 125 kilo 02-0134 Echo 1. The production date 4th month 2006. Ran the numbers. It comes back as a 6.5 horsepower because the ID sticker here is missing, so it's a 6.5. So what we're going to do is finish this thing up. So I've already had it disassembled last night. I degreased the engine, took the recoil off, let it sit overnight and dry out. So redid the carb. Carb just had some dust in the bowl. The tank was dry, no fuel in the tank. So blew out the dust, put another bowl gasket on it because it was dried out. And I think that's all I had to do for the carb. Put that back. Took the coil off, sanded some of the rust off. This came in with no plug, so I put a cheap China plug in it from a carb kit. Did some paint work. So we'll put a new filter on it. This is a priming unit, so I changed out the priming bulb and did my painter's tape trick here to get this thing to prime. Not that it wouldn't with one gasket, but I've always put the paper tape trick. You leave the tape right there, so don't block your hole, because this is your priming hole, which is the little hole under the screw there. And then I just take a razor and cut the overflow there. It's basically to keep the air in that little tunnel and make the fuel burp up. So I guess we could start with, I'll put the tank on and then deal with the filtration system. So I've got all my hardware in a container, so I'll get the hose on here and then put my bottom screw in. So been doing a few repairs. I've been doing repairs for previous customers that reached back out to me and wanted servicing, and then a couple of people have stopped. They see me in the yard working and they stop and ask if I work on stuff, and then people message me through Facebook as well because they see all my mowers and want to know if I'm a shop or if I'll fix something. I turned a bunch of work down. I just want to fix my own junk. I got a ton of mowers that I've stocked up on through the winter. Like I mentioned before, I don't like doing customer work because, like I've said before, I'm responsible. If I break a piece of plastic or whatever the case may be, then I've got to take care of it. If I break an old mower that I've bought from a scrapper, I'm not going to cry. I'll just use it as parts. And we're doing it by hand. I do have the DeWalt nearby. I don't know if you're seeing this. I'm just doing the 3 screws on the tank. Okay, so that's done. Let me put the spacer in here at the bottom and then tighten this down. Probably should have got this started first. 10 millimeter. Okay. You're with me. You didn't miss much. I just put these 3 on up here. So we still got to fuel it. Let's deal with this. And remind me to prime it while it's on the table. I keep putting it all back together down on the ground and then hadn't tested it out with priming it. So be sure you're using the 3 screws when it's a priming unit. Not so much if it's the auto choke. You can have the 2 going into the carb and not worry about the one out there. You want a nice tight seal with the priming push prime here. So I'll snug these down. I won't jam this one in, then it's going to be cockeyed, so I'll get them all flush. So we got to deal with the wheels and service the front wheel drive, and I'm missing the safety brake cable. They just have a nail over here on the linkage. But today's project is just to see if this thing's going to start. Just go back and forth. Okay. just got some fresh Wawa gas last night. I've been fueling so many mowers for the repairs and my own inventory. I had to make a Wawa trip. Okay, that's plenty. I'm covering the bottom. Okay, now we can try this. Yep, hitting the ceiling, nice and wet. Priming it, the gas is hitting the ceiling of the carb, so that's fantastic. That's what I want to see. So let's put the no-name red beauty ring back in place. So I sticker these up to identify them. I'll show you my inventory here in a minute. So the last couple years, I think I used race car stickers, and then 1 year I used motorcycle racing stickers. This year it's chili themed. So I got funny face chili figures. So that's what I've been using. Just so if it comes back to me on a scrapper's truck, I can recognize that it was mine. I've taken in mowers before and I've seen my stickers on them, which is unfortunate. They got pushed to the street. The Horatio and Helen should have notified me and I would have fixed it for them. The other thing I noticed, it was overfilled with oil. It's just a tad too much oil, so this thing might smoke. I'll deal with that later, but for the time being, I'm just going to start it as is. You could see the full marks there, and we're up here where the F is. So I got to drain some off if this thing starts. Did we look at the underside of this thing? Maybe we can do that. And test the front wheel drive and then come over here and knock this nail off the linkage when I need to stall it. There was one bolt missing on the muffler. I went to my junk engine section and snatched up a long muffler bolt. I went to adjust the wheels because the deck's down low and adjusters are rusty. So this just needs some maintenance. Does it need a blade? Oh, blade's in good condition. Yeah, we looked at this. I remember commenting on this guard being in the front. So yeah, the blade's got plenty of meat. I'm not going to start it in the sand. I'm going to move it here on the pavement or concrete. Yeah, this thing's dragging manhole covers. The rear rock guard's getting all tangled up. So let me get you guys. So the front wheels are high, but the back wheels are low. So they got this thing doing a wheelie. So let me burp it here with some more fuel. And somebody asked me about torching the plastic to bring it back to life. No, I have not tried that trick. Slowly increasing. Let me come around there and see if we can move the RPMs up. They're really low. Really low RPMs. Smoky from the overfill. So was this binding something, or did it just start up on its own? This thing's acting weird. Such a big fluctuation in RPMs. What in the heck's going on here? We ran into this before with a sticky throttle. My paint's burning off. Yeah, there's a bunch of slack here in the spring. I gotta move this out so I'm gonna get some channel locks. Or needle nose and just pull this out, put some tension on the throttle. That's better. Okay, let me start this over. Just nail pulling it back enough. Yeah, I think it was. So let me reset that. Kind of unorthodox, but it's working. Okay, let's go to town. Okay, part of that smoke is from me with my shaker can. I had spray painted the top of the muffler, plus the recoil starting to heat up. I had painted that. Plus, we're overfilled on the oil, so we got paint burn off and we have oil burn off. But I'm happy with this '06. April of '06 on this Troy-Bilt. Front wheels engaged, so I need a couple of new front paws and safety brake cable and some love. Low service advantage 188, too bad, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. The model 12 Alpha Victor 5560711. I'll put all this down. Troy-Bilt, beautiful Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, so I'm happy. I'm happy with this 6.5. It turned out. It turned out happy time. That's your engine number. Okay, so I'll carry on with this deal and maybe hit one of those Honda GCV 160s, probably on the Troy-Bilt deck. The Huskies are missing carbies. Questions, concerns, criticisms, congratulations. You can send all those to Tommy.time@yahoo.com. That's my email. Send me some more pictures of the junk you're working on. It's mower season. Just starting down here in Southwest Florida, slowly picking up. Just waiting for those daily afternoon rains. We're in a severe drought in Southwest Florida. I don't irrigate because I'm not in a deed restricted communities. Those people that do live behind a gate, they have to keep their lawns looking pretty. So they'd be the ones looking for mowers right now. Everybody else is just waiting for Mother Nature to do her duty. Okay, you guys, as always, please tip your waitress and wait staff. Adios, amigos.